All right, so let's go over the skill positions. We're looking at the Bears in fourth, right? It's kind of a mess. They're going to have to rebuild after the disaster what happened there. So you want to break this down for us?
Yeah, so I know there will probably be some people that don't necessarily agree that the Bears should be fourth here. A lot of people probably have the Packers here now that they don't have Devontae Adams, but I include the offensive line in this because the offensive line is so bad, and it's going to make such a big difference when we're talking about the Bears and how they do this year. Because they have David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert, two running backs that I like. They have Darnell Mooney, who is a receiver that I like. But then they have Byron Pringle, who's been like a 4 or 5 with Kansas City, and N'Keal Harry, who was a first round bust for the Patriots. There's just not a whole lot. A lot of people are high on Velus Jones Jr. Coming in thinking that he can make an immediate impact for this team. But again, the offensive line is so bad that I really just don't see the Bears being able to do a whole lot on offense. Justin Fields going to be in trouble all year, and they better hope and pray that Riley Reef doesn't get hurt at left tackle, because if Julian Davenport has to come in and block for Justin Fields, he's going to get him killed. I do like Cole Kmet. A lot of people saying Cole Kmet looks good in camp. I just don't know if there's enough here to make any kind of splash for this upcoming season.
No, I don't either. And there's so much that needs to be fixed and reworked. It'll be a struggle everywhere, and they'll just never click. It won't click. So even if you have players who are making plays, they're just making sporadic plays, and it's not actually moving the team somewhere. So I agree with you for that. So thirds on skill positions, who do you have for that?
So third, this is where I have the Packers. Again, because they lost Devontae Adams, there's a lot of unproven guys here. But I do like a lot of these guys. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, great running backs. Then you have Alan Lazard, who's shown some flashes in the past. He's a big body, kind of like Devontae Adams. He's probably not going to be Devontae Adams. That's a lot to live up to. But he saw Christian Watson, another big body. Sammy Watkins, Randall Cobb, a couple of veterans in this league. And then a lot of people are talking about Romeo Dobbs, who's got kind of a sleeper pick. If you play fantasy, keep him on your radar. A lot of people are saying that this kid is making plays every day. I believe he was a 7th-round pick. But Aaron Rodgers has been raving about this dude. The media has been raving about this dude. Romeo Dobbs is making plays and is gaining the trust of Aaron Rodgers. So he's somebody that seems like he's going to be making plays for them. And I think when they have depth. With the pieces that they have now, they at least have depth. They might not have Devontae Adams, but they have depth. They have Robert Tonyan and big dog Mercedes Lewis, Mercedes Lewis at tight end. So I like the pieces here. It's not the best in the division, but it's not the worst either.
Yeah, well, and like we said, Rogers will take some of these kids and we'll work. We'll do some magic, and we'll be having a different conversation about one or two of these guys this time next year after they put up big numbers in this system with Aaron Rodgers. So I think this position at third is circumstantial and provisional based on being unproven. So you think the Lions are in the second position?
Yes, I do have the Lions in the second position. Mentioned when we were talking about Jared Goff that they put the pieces around him, and they did. They already have DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. They went out and got Justin Jackson to be a third running back. We know they like to use a stable of running backs. They're going to need to keep DeAndre Swift healthy this year. He's had an issue with being injured his first 2 seasons, so you want to keep him healthy. I like all three of those running backs. Then you look at the wide receivers, and they have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who looked like a star at the end of last year. DJ Chark, who's been a star in Jacksonville. Jameson Williams, who was a star at Alabama, and it looks like he should be NFL ready right away whenever he gets back from his injury situation. And then they got Josh Reynolds to add a little bit of depth, somebody that's been in the league for a while. He played with the Rams last year and filled in for them when they had some injuries. So I like the running backs. I like the receivers. Then you talk about TJ Hawkinson, one of the best tight ends in the game. And what I hope to see is Devin Funches, a former receiver. He was really good with the Panthers as a receiver, and it's kind of been shaky. The COVID thing, hey, he got injured, then the COVID thing happened, and he sat out. But he's coming back as a tight end. Big body tight end. He's a tall dude. I'd like to see him make the team as a tight end for Detroit, so that I can kind of see what that looks like. I think he can be a secret weapon for that offense. So the Lions, they have a group of good guys here, and I think they can make some noise.
Okay. All right. Good. And so that puts on your list the Vikings at the top as far as skilled players in the division.
Yeah, the Vikings, and I almost didn't put them at top because they don't have much depth, but their level of talent at the top is unreal. Dalvin Cook, you could easily argue top 5 in the league. Adam Thielen, argue top 10. Justin Jefferson is my pick for who we're going to be talking about as the best receiver in the NFL after the 2022 season. I think Justin Jefferson is a special, special player. And then KJ Osborne was making plays. I expect this new offense to use KJ Osborne more, and we'll see what kind of star he really is. They just didn't use him the way a lot of 3 wide receiver sets while Mike Zimmer was there. Then you have Irv Smith Jr. Hopefully we're able to see more of him out of this new offense. But again, the issue here is that there's no depth. So if they start getting hurt, they're going to level down really fast. But the level of talent that they have here for Kirk Cousins is amazing.